Guys, the coffee is percolating here at the museum. I got my favorite creamer to go along with it. You're more than welcome to come in on a cold, rainy day into the museum and partake of some great conversation and some fantastic coffee. You know what time it is, guys? It's coffee time with M.I.B. And guys, we got a good one for you today. Guys, what happened to the rest of the Wizard of Oz figures? Where's the Tin Man? Where is the Scarecrow? And with the release of, or with the knowledge and information of the figures we're getting in Wave 8, there's been a lot of people that aren't too happy with some of the figures that we've been hearing about in the Wave 8 release. And I think that's going to be released sometime closer to January of 2020. So you guys got some time to save some money, because there's some fantastic figures. And I want to go on the record. I am absolutely happy with all of the offerings from Wave 8. They all look fantastic from what I'm hearing. And it's just great news. But I am still somewhat curious to know, why haven't we seen the Tin Man and the Scarecrow? How come Mego has decided not to put these guys in later waves? I believe the Cowardly Lion was our last offering. I think he was Wave 3. He was our last offering. So I'm curious. Was it because of poor numbers? I mean, it didn't do very well. It didn't sell very well. Okay, you know, I can go with that. I can go with that. But who's to say that the Tin Man and the Scarecrow wouldn't have sold well? Can you still find the Cowardly Lion on Target's website? Sure. Yeah, you sure can. But I know I'm not the only one that would have liked to seen the rest of the Wizard of Oz roster finished. And they were beautifully done. Guys, we're sitting here sipping our coffee, and we're just trying to figure out where, why, how, when, what was the purpose, what's the thinking behind Mego not adding or giving us the Tin Man and the Scarecrow. Now we get a Scarecrow in Wave 8, but it's not the Scarecrow we thought it would be. It's a fantastic Scarecrow. It's from a movie that was made, a book of scary movie book or something like that. It's a But the creature, the scarecrow creature, looks fantastic. But it's not the Wizard of Oz scarecrow. Guys, I'm just curious. That's why we create these coffee time segments, to really discuss and deliberate on topics like this. So this is not a, this is not a put down. We don't use this platform to put anybody down, to vent or anything like that. What we want to do is we want to try to find out what's the best possible solution. What was M.I.B thinking about in their process of deciding not to add certain figures to certain waves? Which is kind of befitting today. We got the Wicked Witch here, as it is Halloween. And he did a fantastic job on her. Guys, your thoughts, your opinions today here at the museum. It's coffee time with M.I.B. We're trying to figure out, where's the Tin Man? Where's the Scarecrow? I know a lot of collectors I've spoken to truly want to finish their ensemble of Wizard of Oz figures with those two figures. Or is it like the Scotty and Dr. Bones situation? I heard a number of collectors that just, they're scratching their head on that. I think a lot of that, though, and it may, I might be answering my own question. It may have something to do with this situation. Scotty and Dr. Bones, the Star Trek figures, they're probably not widely desired. So if they're not widely wanted by the masses, why would you produce over 10,000 per figure? So that's M.I.B.'s thinking. And that might be M.I.B.'s thinking with the Tin Man and with the Scarecrow. So I might be answering my own question, but we don't know, guys. What we do know is that those were two of the more popular figures from the vintage M.I.B. line back in the 1970s, was the Tin Man and the Scarecrow. And those are the two that we thought we would have. Those are the two that we thought we would see. And that's just not the case. Guys, your thoughts, your opinions on this, leave it in the comment section right underneath this video. It's coffee time with M.I.B. We're just trying to figure this out. Well, here's a question. I mean, what do you want? Do you want M.I.B. to finish the Wizard of Oz line? Do you care? Does it make much difference to you one way or the other? All right. Have you moved on from the Wizard of Oz figures, and there's more pressing figures that you would like M.I.B. to create or add to a certain wave? We want to hear all those comments, guys, right underneath this video in the comment section. I'm just here. Guys, and when I have these coffee time moments, I just go with it. This particular segment popped in my head, and because in my old age, I forget, I'm becoming a little bit more absent-minded. I have to jump right on these topics. So this isn't one that I've been producing or writing or working on extensively. This is how like I said, my coffee time moments they're just like this. But they make perfect sense. We're trying to figure out where or when will we see the rest of the Wizard of Oz figures. And really, the Tin Man and Scarecrow, those are the only two guys me personally, Mego can stop right there with those two. If they could produce those two for me, I'm happy. But I got excited about this Wizard of Oz line. Didn't have it as a kid. As I got older and found out that Mego created this line back in the 1970s, I wanted it. You know, they're fantastic figures. There's a lot of originality and detail and thought that went into making these figures. Very beautiful figures. See, I have three Cowardly Lions because I love the Cowardly Lion. I couldn't. My other one is he's too far back with some other action figures, so I couldn't really reach and grab him. But I found these two, and I think they did a fantastic job on this figure, which just leaves you scratching your head. The time and energy and thought that was put into making these beautiful figures, this beautiful 2-pack set of Dorothy and the Wicked Witch. I mean, was there any notion? This is the one question I would ask, and I just might ask Dr. Mego or Joel on one of our on the Amigo Ambassadors Facebook site. If you haven't become an ambassador, Amigo ambassador, guys, join up, sign up today. It's on Facebook, Amigo Ambassadors. But I'm going to probably throw that question out there to Dr. Mego or Joel and try to find out what was the thinking process of not adding the Tin Man or the Scarecrow to these later waves. I mean, we've been waves 4, 5, 6, the interim wave, the 7 now, the 7th wave, and now we are at the wave 8. And there's still no sign or news of more Wizard of Oz figures. And Wizard of Oz have a big fan base. They have a fantastic fan base. Large enough to create 3 characters. Like I said, Dorothy even came on a single pack. So did the Wicked Witch. I would have liked to seen the Tin Man and the Scarecrow on single packs. That's just me, guys. But we'll leave it right there. We'll let you finish up your coffee on this rainy day. We're going to jump in the comment section so we can talk about this further. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.